to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. Today, we're diving into a fascinating collection of articles and research. We're going to cover everything from AI becoming part of our homes to some big tech battles and even critical stuff about digital security. Our mission for you today is really to cut through the noise, show you the surprising ways tech is reshaping, well, everything, and maybe challenge how we think about privacy and security.
It's amazing, isn't it? How AI isn't just some sci-fi idea anymore, or just for work. It's really knitting itself into everyday life, like a personal assistant for, well, millions of us.
It's a huge shift, absolutely. Recent studies looking at over 1 million ChatGPT messages, they show this really dramatic change in how people are using it. If you look back, say, May 2023, something like 57% of messages were work stuff.
Right, business-focused.
Exactly. But fast forward to April 2024, that number just plummeted down to 28%. People are turning to it for, mapping out fitness routines, planning meals for the week, even getting help with the kids' homework. So it's less about spreadsheets, more about daily life hacks. Is that it? What does that really mean for our relationship with AI? Are we just grabbing convenience, or is it something, I don't know, deeper?
I think it's probably both. ChatGPT is really becoming a daily companion for a lot of folks. And what's really interesting, 1 in 4 messages now are specifically information seeking. So for a growing number of users, it's starting to replace Google.
Replace Google, why?
Because it gives you personalized conversational answers, not just a wall of links. It feels more like getting tailored advice for what you specifically need. It completely changes that whole search thing. And we're also seeing a big demographic shift. Back in January 2024, users with typically feminine names were only about 37%.
Okay.
Now it's 52%, a slight majority.
Wow, that's a massive jump in just a few months. And I bet these different groups are using it differently too, right? Not just changing the numbers.
You got it. The data suggests users with feminine coded names tend to use it more for writing tasks, practical guidance, think budgeting, organizing things, maybe even personal advice. Whereas those with masculine coded names, they often lean more towards getting info, technical help, multimedia stuff. So it paints a much richer picture of how AI is fitting into different people's lives.
Okay, this is where it gets really useful for you, our listener. If ChatGPT is becoming this essential daily tool, we need some cheat codes, right, to really unlock its power. I've been playing around, and there's some seriously powerful ways to prompt it. Like if you're drowning in info, a good prompt gets you quick summaries, long texts, files, even web pages. And the cool part, if it's too short, just ask it to expand. You control the depth.
That makes sense. Brevity first, details on demand.
Exactly. And here's one I love for big reports. The recall and expand prompt, you tell it work style, thinking high, verbosity, long, format, report, task, read this. Then list the sections, exec summary, key insights, evidence iris, risks, next steps. Boom. You get this detailed 2,000-word report. It connects everything, figures out contradictions. It's like having a research assistant writing the whole thing.
Okay, that's pretty advanced. It's not just summarizing, it's synthesizing and structuring.
Totally. And for improving your own writing, try the self-critique and rewrite method. Ask it to draft something, then tell it. Critique your own work for clarity, logic, tone. Now rewrite it. Instant editor. And lastly, if you've got multiple sources, the blend sources into one briefing prompt is amazing. Feed it articles, notes, whatever. It finds what agrees, what disagrees, and why, gives you a point of view, implications, even an action checklist. Game changer for complex stuff.
Those are fantastic tips for personal use. And it mirrors what we're seeing from the big companies, doesn't it? They're rolling out similar, sometimes even more advanced AI across their platforms. Take Zoom, for example. They're bringing in photorealistic avatars for meetings.
Photorealistic avatars, so I don't need to comb my hair for that 8 a.m. call.
Maybe not. But beyond that, their AI assistant is getting smarter too. It can schedule meetings, pull out useful video clips from recordings, and get this, it can even take notes during in-person meetings, integrating with Teams and Google Meet.
Whoa, an AI taking notes in a physical room? That is a game changer. No more missing stuff while scribbling.
You bet. And for the developers listening, big news there too. Claude Sonnet 4 is now baked right into Xcode 26. It offers natural language coding help for Apple developers, helps streamline things, debug. It shows AI is becoming really foundational everywhere in tech.
Okay, so we've seen AI making life easier, boosting professional tools. But how do you, our listener, feel about this?
It's happening fast, right? And while the practical uses are exploding, there are definitely some feelings about AI we need to talk about.
That leads us right to public perception. It's crucial. A recent Pew study found half of Americans are more concerned than excited about AI. Now, that's actually down a bit from 2023, but still way up from 37% back in 2021.
Concerned more than excited. Why the worry?
Well, it's interesting. People seem okay with AI crunching big data, weather predictions, finding disease cures, that sort of thing. But there's this strong feeling, it seems, that AI should stay out of their really personal lives.
Like what?
Like dating apps. Only 18% think AI is okay for matchmaking. And religious advice, forget it. 73% say AI has no place there.
Wow, that's a really clear line people are drawing. Personal, intimate stuff is off limits. What's behind that? Fear of the unknown. Or just resisting letting machines handle things that feel uniquely human. Probably a mix. There's definitely concern about AI, maybe hurting human creativity, spreading misinformation, anxieties about authenticity, losing control. And what's really interesting, maybe even a bit surprising, younger folks under 30, they're actually more worried about AI's impact on human abilities than older people are.
Really? You'd think they'd be more used to tech.
They are, but maybe that's why. They've grown up with it, so their concerns are less about, new tech and more about the fundamental questions like, what does this mean for being human, for originality?
That's a fascinating angle. Okay, so these feelings, these concerns about intrusion, they're not just abstract ideas, right? They're playing out big time in the tech world. Huge investments, rivalries. Let's pivot to some of those recent power plays.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of power plays, look at the UK recently. Massive AI investment showdown. Microsoft dropped this huge announcement, $22 billion. That's about $30 billion going into UK AI infrastructure between 2025 and 2028. We're talking a supercomputer with over 23,000 advanced GPUs.
22 billion. Wow.
Yeah. And the timing. It was the same day Google announced their own pretty respectable about $6.8 billion investment in a UK data center. Microsoft basically just said, oh yeah, watch this. A very public one-upping.
Playing hardball on the global stage. And that US-China tech rivalry, still heating up with AI chips, isn't it?
Definitely. China's Cyberspace Administration just banned big firms like Alibaba and ByteDance from buying or even testing NVIDIA's new RTX Pro 6000D chips, even though thousands were apparently already ordered. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, sounded disappointed but kind of acknowledged, the larger agendas at play.
Well, wait, there's a twist, right? I read something
yeah, yes, the intriguing part. Reports suggest these Chinese tech giants are actually skipping those new custom chips, and instead, they're managing to get their hands on more powerful NVIDIA chips, ones that were previously banned through the gray market, sometimes for half the price.
The gray market. So it's a constant cat and mouse game. High stakes, big geopolitical ripples.
You bet it complicates things. And speaking of long-running dramas with geopolitical angles, an update on TikTok. President Trump extended the deadline for ByteDance to sell off TikTok's U.S. operations. They now have until December 16, 2025. And it looks like a framework deal is emerging. A group including Oracle, Andreessen Horowitz, Silver Lake would buy 80% of TikTok U.S.
Only 80%. Who keeps the rest?
The Chinese shareholders would keep 20%. And ByteDance would apparently license its core algorithms, the recommendation engine, to the new U.S. company. Oracle keeps handling the U.S. user data on U.S. servers. It's complicated. A multi-layered fix for a super sensitive situation.
Definitely sounds like a governance soap opera that's still got a few seasons left.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk about some fun new tech, some gadgets we might actually get our hands on. Meta's Hypernova smart glasses are getting some buzz. Rumor is they'll have a built-in display.
A display in the glasses, like showing photos, maps.
Yeah, photos, videos, maps, meta apps, controlled by a wristband, apparently. The rumored price?
Yeah.
Around $800, so definitely a statement piece for wearable tech.
Interesting. What else is new?
Well, Gigabyte's got new laptops. There's the gaming A16, more affordable. Intel i7, NVIDIA RTX 50 GPU, plus you can upgrade the RAM and storage, which is nice.
Yeah.
CPU's the brain, GPU handles graphics, RAM is short-term memory, SSD is fast storage, for anyone wondering.
Good quick rundown. And the other one?
The ARO X16, that one's more high-end. Lighter, premium design, AMD Ryzen AI 9 CPU. That AI means it's specifically built for artificial intelligence tasks. Paired with an RTX 50 GPU, so that one's aimed at serious creative work, AI animation, 3D rendering. Shows how AI is getting built right into the hardware now.
Definitely seeing that trend. Built-in AI power.
There's also the DJI Mini 5 Pro drone 50-megapixel sensor, longer flight time, cool tracking feature, but looks like it won't be sold in the US. And for artists, the Wacom 114 tablet beginner-friendly comes with creative apps. Oh, and the Wise Palm Lock, a door lock that scans your palm, $130, has backups like fingerprint, code, key, even a secondary battery.
A palm scanning lock? That's pretty futuristic for $130.
Right. And quickly, Tesla's redesigning door handles after reports of people getting trapped. Safety first, hopefully.
Okay, moving from cool new stuff to maybe less exciting but important hardware issues, we need to talk about Google Pixel 7 batteries. Some users are still reporting battery swelling, and that's serious. It's a safety risk, potential fire, even explosion.
Swelling. What causes that?
It's called outgassing. Basically, gases build up inside the battery as the chemistry breaks down. You can sometimes even see the phone bulging. Best advice for any phone: try to keep the charge between 20% and 80%. Use adaptive charging if you have it. It helps prolong battery health. Unfortunately, getting replacements from Google, especially if you're out of warranty, users are reporting mixed results. It's a recurring issue for Pixel phones, sadly.
Yikes. Definitely something to watch out for if you own a Pixel, or really any phone. Keep an eye on that battery. Okay, staying on the topic of being careful, let's talk digital threats. There's a new malware campaign called FileFix. It uses fake Meta account suspension warnings. You know, those scary emails saying your account is blocked.
Oh, those panic-inducing ones. What's the trick?
They try to scare you into downloading an incident report. But the link they give you, you're supposed to paste it into File Explorer. If you do that, it downloads this nasty thing called StealC Info Stealer.
StealC. What does it steal?
Pretty much everything. Usernames, passwords from the cloud, browsers, messaging apps, crypto wallets, VPNs, even gaming apps. Plus, it can take screenshots of your desktop. Really invasive.
Okay, that's bad. So protection advice. What should people do?
Rule number 1, never, ever click suspicious links in emails, especially ones claiming to be official services. If you get a warning email, ignore the link. Go directly to the official website in your browser and log in there to check. Always.
Solid advice. Go direct, never click the link. What else?
And please enable two-factor authentication, 2FA. That extra code or tap, it's a crucial security layer. Turn it on for all your online accounts. It really helps stop these kinds of attacks.
Absolutely fundamental. 2FA everywhere.
Okay, another important security heads up. Microsoft's Windows 10 support. The free security updates. They end October 14th.
That's soon. And tons of people still use Windows 10, right?
Exactly. Nearly half the world. And Consumer Reports is pushing Microsoft to extend that deadline. Why? Because somewhere between 200 and 400 million PCs can't even run Windows 11. They're incompatible. So potentially millions of users could be stranded, vulnerable to attacks. Consumer Reports is pretty critical, saying Microsoft talks a big game about cybersecurity but is leaving all these people exposed, especially since they want to charge $30 for just a one-year extension. Raises questions about responsibility, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And this ties into a really fundamental debate happening, especially over in the EU, about encryption. There's this proposed chat control bill. The aim is noble fighting child sexual abuse material. But the method involves scanning encrypted messages on services like Signal and WhatsApp.
Scanning encrypted messages, how does that even work? Doesn't that break the encryption?
That's precisely the concern. Groups like the VPN Trust Initiative are strongly opposing it. Their argument is basically, weakening encryption doesn't make us safer. It just makes everyone, not just criminals, more vulnerable to hackers, to surveillance. They're framing encryption as a non-negotiable right for privacy, for freedom of expression, for everyone, not just for people with something to hide. And there's a real worry about a global domino effect if a law like this passes in the EU, could set a precedent worldwide.
Wow. That's a huge potential shift. It really underlines how interconnected everything is. Personal AI use, global tech competition, right down to the basic security and privacy of our messages. Staying informed, being vigilant. It's never been more important in this digital world that just keeps changing faster and faster. You know, it really makes you think. As tech gets smoother, more integrated into everything we do, are we maybe, without really noticing, trading away some of our autonomy, our privacy, just for that incredible convenience? What's your take on finding that balance? Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.